Hi, today I want to talk about a special lens adapter. This is an A-mount adapter. I want to be able to connect this beautiful Minolta lens. This is a 28 to 70 f2.8 constant aperture lens, and it's a beautiful lens, beautiful color science. I want to be able to use this lens for all my three cameras, which is the Sony FS700r, the Sigma FP, and as well as my Fujifilm X-T3. I'll be using all these three cameras in the future for my short films, but I want to have one lens that I can connect to all three of them. For example, I want to use my Fujifilm X-T3 and my Sony FS700r for the day shot, and for the night shot or evening shot I want to be able to use my Sigma FP because it's a camera that's good in low light. Now to do that, I must have an adapter, a ring adapter, an A-mount ring adapter that's able to connect this lens to all three of my cameras. So let's talk about it. Alright, so here we have the A-mount adapter. This particular one is an A-mount to Fujifilm system. Okay, so the F-mount system. So we have an A-mount to F-mount or X-mount system. That's for Fujifilm. So we'll take this A-mount lens, we connect it like this. Alright, and then we'll take our Fujifilm camera and we will connect that to this camera like so. You align the red dots like that, and there we have a Fujifilm with an A-mount lens, a beautiful lens. As you can see, the aperture ring is right here. I can adjust the aperture, and I have a manual focus here as well. Okay, it's a bit noisy, so I gotta be careful when I'm moving the focus ring. So be very gentle with the movement, not too rough, not too fast, because that will cause a bit of noise on the focus ring. Very beautiful lens. I love the color on this lens, and I can put this in my Fujifilm. Not only can I put in my Fujifilm, so let's say I'll use my Fujifilm to do certain shot during daytime, I can also take my Sony FS700r and place that on this camera as well. Let me show you right now. So I'll take this camera. Now it has its own A-mount adapter, and I'll place this A-mount lens, the Minolta, and there we go. We have now the same lens on a different camera. And again, this also is a beautiful camera for day shot, and I would love this camera for doing slow motion, because this camera can do 240 frames per second continuous if you have an Ultima Shogun external monitor recorder. So for slow motion, this camera is it. So I can use that for slow motion. And also this camera can do RAW as well, so that's great to be able to utilize this cinema camera. And if I'm trying to film at night, then I would go for this particular lens. Let's see if we can find it. There we go, this one here. This is an A-mount to L-mount lens, so particularly for the Sigma FP camera. So I'll take this lens adapter, put it on my Sigma. There we go. And then we'll take that Minolta lens from my Sony FS700r and then put it into my Sigma FP lens. So this is an A-mount lens, and there we go. Now my Sigma has the Minolta 28 to 70. So you can see why it's important to have consistency in terms of using the lens. So the one lens, the 28 to 70 mils, can be used in all three type of cameras, even though they're different type. Now what I would advise you to do is, when you're filming, just use one type of camera for that particular day. Okay, so for example, on the day shot I'm planning to use is the Fujifilm for run and gun, my Sony FS700r for slow motion, and for dialogues when there's like they're sitting or they're talking. It's a type of more casual kind of scene. whereas the Fujifilm is more like action, movement, and all that. So that would be for day shot. And then for the night shot or evening shot, I would use my Sigma FP and use the same type of lens. So it will kind of, not perfectly, but it kind of guarantee that we have a similar type of look to the image because we're using the same type of lens. So that would be my strategy, is to use one type of lens for 3 different type of cameras, and I think the film will turn out quite good. All right, thanks for watching EducateTube.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.